Okavango horse safaris are owned and run by Barney and PJ Vesterlink. Together they have more than 30 years' experience of operating riding safaris in Botswana. The Okavango Delta is formed where the floodwaters of the Okavango River meets the Kalahari Sands. Where they meet, the water fans out to create a wonderland of crystal clear channels, papyrus-lined waterways, water meadows and palm islands. Whether one chooses a 5-night or 10-night itinerary, guests start their safari with a short flight from Mount Kudum airstrip, where they are met and transferred to Okavango Horse Safari's main camp, Kujwana. Set on the Kudum River, Kujwana accommodates a maximum of 10 guests in large East African-style tents. Each tent is comfortably furnished and has real beds, bedside tables, solar-powered lamps, and plenty of hanging space. The tents are all en suite, with hot and cold running water and flush toilets. To do a ride in the Okavango, you need to be a competent, although not necessarily that experienced, rider. One must be able to rise to a trot for a minimum of 10 minutes, and be able to gallop away from danger. Most people should be able to master these skills after a course of lessons and a couple of weekend trail rides in the UK, and then be able to do a ride without finding it too exhausting. With over 50 horses to choose from, Barney is able to mount almost anyone, from top international competition riders to nervous weekend hackers. The horses used are 4-part thoroughbred, Arab, Anglo-Arab or American saddlebred. All are well schooled, responsive and have an even temperament. The tack is top quality and excellently maintained. English GPs with seat savers ensure hours of comfortable riding. On the first day of either the 5-night or 10-night itinerary, guests are given a detailed safety talk by Barney or PJ. Safety of horse and rider is of paramount importance, as an unblemished safety record goes to show. A 375, a handheld radio and a first aid kit are carried on all rides. After the initial safety briefing, guests are introduced to their horses, which are carefully chosen to suit the rider's ability, before setting off on a short orientation ride. The first ride is normally no more than a couple of hours, plenty of time for you and your steed to see if you get along and to have your first encounter with a wild animal from the back of a horse. On return to camp, a groom is on hand to help you untack your horse. The horse is like a well-deserved roll before being picketed for the night. Then it's time for a hot shower and a 3-course candlelit meal. The day starts early, just as the sun starts to rise. Coffee, tea, fresh fruit and cereals are served around the campfire. And then, as the sun starts to burn off the early morning mist, it is time to mount up for another expedition into the bush. Today's ride is normally about 4 to 5 hours, but after a couple of hours you'll dismount and walk beside the horse for a short while. A chance to give your bottom and the horse's back a rest. Then, after a break for fresh fruit and chocolate, it's back on board for another couple of hours. During the afternoon, you'll have the chance to go on a game drive in search of lion, or to explore the channels of the Okavango by Makoro. From Kujwana, a full day's ride takes you to either Mokolwani or Kiri fly camp. Set in the heart of big game country, the fly camps enable you to explore the 3 main river systems of the area, as well as experiencing a true diversity of habitat. On the full day's ride, one stops to rest the horse and have some lunch during the heat of the day. A backup truck brings out the food, fresh crispy salads and cold drinks, your bag so you can change out of jods, and stretcher beds for that after-lunch siesta. On the 5-night itinerary, only one fly camp is visited, but the 10-night itinerary includes both Mokulwana and Kiri. The fly camps are more basic than Kuchwana. Dome tents with camp beds, bucket showers and long drop loos. But the settings are magnificent, and the camps have proper mess tents and well-stocked bars. Nothing can quite match the thrill of approaching a wild animal on horseback. Nothing can match the excitement of cantering through the delta, the spray of the water refreshing in the heat of the day. Nothing can match an Okavango horse safari.